It is another absolutely gorgeous weather day across the Bluegrass State, but up next we'll talk about how summer isn't through with us just yet.
Why a Southern Kentucky father's decision to monitor his daughter's social media account led to police charging a man with attempted rape. And Lexington police now say it appears a Lexington murder victim was set up. The details ahead.
This is WKYT News at 4.
Welcome to WKYT News at 4. Amber Philpott reporting. What a wonderful day today to start the work week across the Bluegrass. Take a look. Here is a live picture from now downtown Lexington. Blue skies everywhere, but it isn't sticking around for long. Temperatures and humidity levels are going back up, along with the chances for some rain. How about it, Chris Bailey?
Yeah, we're gradually going to see summer coming back into the area, starting to get back into the low 80s in most areas this afternoon. But over the next few days, the uncomfortable factor is going to come back into play as well. And before the week is over, showers and thunderstorms will begin to crank up as well. 9 live sky cams. Look at that. Blue skies across the entire area. No matter which direction you look, the weather is equal across central and eastern Kentucky and really across the entire Bluegrass State. Defender radar network, as you would expect, without a cloud in the sky. Nothing going on. Temperatures, though, ridiculous thermometer again at Bluegrass Airport. Everybody else low 80s. Get into the Bluegrass region, and those crazy thermometers are too toasty. 77 if you're out this evening at 7 o'clock. We go to 70 by 9, 64 as we make our way through 11 this evening with cool temperatures. But that warmer air that is off to our southwest is ready to fight back into the Bluegrass State, and we will talk about that. But I come back in just a few minutes and track the return of those scattered showers and thunderstorms, Amber.
Chris, we will see you then. Thank you. A Southern Kentucky man is in jail today accused of not only pretending to be a police officer, but the attempted rape of a 12-year-old. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office arrested 22-year-old Joshua Wagers last night when they say he went to the 12-year-old girl's house to pick her up. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has more on the disturbing allegations. It's our top story at 4.
This all began around midnight on Sunday when police say they received a phone call from a father who was concerned about the well-being of his 12-year-old daughter. Police say the call came from a residence on Slate Lick Road near East Bernstadt. The father was concerned because he had been monitoring his daughter's social media and he had learned the man was coming to pick her up. He was able to keep the man there until police showed up. The police say the suspect, 22-year-old Joshua Wagers, had told the 12-year-old that he was a cop and that he wanted to pick her up and drive her around. When police showed up, they say that he said that he thought that she was 16, but what's more, they say that he had a badge, a gun, and a police radio.
That we need to monitor the activity of our children. Social media is out there. It's going to be out there forever. And it really opens up a lot of avenues to adults.
Now, Wagers was arrested. He was charged with impersonating a police officer, attempted rape, and numerous other offenses based on what they say they found in his car. We'll tell you more about that coming up at 5 o'clock. But for now, in Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Police say that Wagers had met with the 12-year-old on one other occasion, and that's when he implied he was a law enforcement officer. Lexington police say a Labor Day murder victim was set up by someone he knew. The victim, Victor Villagomez Duarte, was shot outside the Microtel Inn off Winchester Road near the interstate a week ago today. Police have charged Destiny Huff and Daniel Glasscock with murder and robbery in the case. Investigators say Huff called the victim, then immediately called the suspects. We are working on a number of other stories for you on WKYT starting at 4:30. Our Sam Dick joins us now from the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Hello, Sam.
Good afternoon, Amber. A pocket dial led to an arrest in Madison County. Greg Collins and Justin Cruz were arrested after police say someone accidentally called 911 and could be heard talking about heroin. The dispatcher was able to track the cell phone and sent police to the Circle K on Richmond Road. When police showed up, they found Collins and Cruz inside. They say when police asked Collins to come outside to talk to them, he left a bag near the soda station that had money, meth, and heroin inside. They also say they found a Glock handgun inside the truck, and Cruz told them the gun belonged to his dad. But they say he had a bullet in his front right pocket.
We don't know if these guys were going to use there at the store or try to sell to somebody or who knows what they were doing. But the main thing is that that we got the drugs off the street that night. So I think the dispatcher in this case did a very good job.
And we'll have more on the charges ahead on WKYT News at 4:30, and you'll hear Cruz's side of the story from jail. The city of Cynthiana is equipping each of its officers with body cameras. The 20 cameras will end up costing the city $51,000 over a 5-year period. But the chief says he believes it will be money well spent. The money for the new body cameras was approved by the city last week, and the order has already been placed. Ultimately, they're hoping this will be a mutually beneficial technology for police and the public. Coming up on WKYT News at 5, you'll hear from the police chief. That's a quick look at some of the news in progress. Amber, back to you.
Sam, thank you. Now to some stories making headlines across the nation at 4. Firefighters in Tennessee say at least 9 people are dead after flames ripped through a home in Memphis. Fire investigators say 4 adults and 3 children died in the fire early this morning. 2 other children died after being taken to the hospital, and another child is in extremely critical condition. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused the fire. Crews say it took them about 15 minutes to put it out. Hillary Clinton has canceled some campaign events in California after revealing she has pneumonia. After her stumble in New York, Clinton stumbled over the weekend and had to be helped into a car. She has apparently known since Friday that she had it. While the incident puts a lot of focus on her health, Andrew Spencer reports that the Trump campaign has been quiet on the matter.
Clearly unsteady on her feet, Hillary Clinton stumbled trying to get into a van as she left early from a 9/11 memorial service on Sunday. Clinton would appear outside her daughter's apartment a couple hours later, looking and apparently feeling much better.
It's a beautiful day in New York.
She posed for a photo, but she said very little.
How are you feeling? What happened?
Not until much later Sunday did Clinton's doctor release a statement saying Clinton was actually diagnosed with pneumonia on Friday. Donald Trump skipped the chance to comment on Sunday.
Mr. Trump, a quick question about Hillary Clinton's health incident this morning. Her health incident this morning.
And his running mate's handlers kept Governor Mike Pence at a distance.
He's not taking any questions.
The silence is perhaps surprising from the Trump campaign, whose surrogates have at times tried to stir up questions about Clinton's health in the past. But sources inside Trump's campaign say surrogates have been told to be respectful and staff members told to keep quiet and not say anything negative about what happened. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
Walmart patents the shopping cart of the future. That's ahead in WKYT Money Watch. And Amazon and Pandora are teaming up to shake up the music streaming market. More on their new service after the break.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Welcome back in. Think pushing a shopping cart is just too much work? Well, it appears Walmart wants to spoil its customers with self-driving carts. That begins today's Money Watch. The U.S. government granted the retail giant a patent last week that indicates the company is planning to roll out self-driving shopping carts. Customers will be able to request a cart using a smartphone, and the roaming motors will be able to fetch a cart and bring it to a customer. As for rounding up abandoned carts, according to the filing, the system will be able to identify an unattended shopping cart and return it to a docking station. Amazon and Pandora are launching new, less expensive music streaming services. The New York Times says they'll cost $5 a month, designed to undercut the more expensive streaming services from Spotify and Apple. Tesla's CEO says the company will update the autopilot software on its cars in 2 weeks tops. The company says the new software would have prevented a deadly crash in Florida 4 months ago. That's when a driver slammed into a tractor trailer that his autopilot didn't identify. Tesla says the new system will rely more on radar instead of cameras. No need to wait in those massive Shake Shack lines. Shake Shack is launching a cookbook next year. The Shake Shack book publishers have been pretty tight-lipped about which recipes it will include. Hopefully some insight, though, on those crinkly cut French fries and that tangy shack sauce. The billionaire owner of the Trump Taj Mahal Casino wants to shut it down. His team has filed a petition asking regulators to approve the casino's closure effective October 10th, but wants to start winding down some table games later this month. The owner says the casino has lost millions a month while local casino workers are on strike. And Donald Trump's childhood home is going up for auction next month. Newsday reporting the opening bid for the presidential nominee's first home in Queens, New York will be $849,000. The owners of the 3,600 square foot 5-bedroom Tudor say they want to see what it's worth.
We are zipping into fall today at Bywater Farms Autumn Fest. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about in Georgetown.
Beautiful weather to be zipping into fall, although it's going to feel a little more like summer. Over the next couple of days, we'll track a little steam and some storms. What else is new? Next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
What a picture-perfect day out there, coming off of an absolutely gorgeous Sunday. We're kind of repeating it today, though we've thrown a couple more degrees on top of your back porch thermometer. Look at that deep blue September sky over top of central and eastern Kentucky. Most areas getting a nice little drink of water with some showers and thunderstorms around on Saturday, ushering in this better air and nothing that is showing up on your Defender radar network. It's going to stay that way for a while longer as high pressure now across the northeast kind of gets that return flow cranking back across the bluegrass state. So warm, more humid air begins to creep in. Notice a little juice to our south. Some of that, by the way, southern southeastern Kentucky going to try to sneak in there tomorrow afternoon. Then by the time we get into Wednesday, a very weak front that is out across the plain states will make a run at us to give everybody at least a chance for a scattered shower or thunderstorm. A lot of middle 80s coming up again tomorrow. Again, southern Kentucky, you got a chance for a little shower or thunderstorm. We start the day in the 50s. We had a few upper 40s as expected out there this morning. 3-day forecast tomorrow. Those warmer temperatures move in. A storm or two will be around on Wednesday with that weak cold front that is moving our way. Thursday's a mainly dry day, but another warm one as temperatures are back deep into the 80s into most areas. Watch the hour-by-hour forecast, and let's track the quick drop in temperatures. When you have dry air in place, those thermometers can drop very quickly as soon as the sun sets. And tomorrow morning, the 50s will show up again into most areas. Third straight morning, at least in the 50s. Tomorrow afternoon, upper 70s, low 80s at noontime. Middle of the day and middle of the afternoon, we can really steam it up. A lot of mid-80s, and there you go, southern Kentucky, with that little isolated shower or a thunderstorm that will be out there. Tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, now we aren't as cool. And notice we still have a little cloud cover to begin the day on Wednesday, when anyone is fair game for a shower or a thunderstorm. Scattered stuff, nothing that is all day, and one or two drops may try to carry us into the first part of our Wednesday evening. That is ahead, though, of a bigger surge of moisture that is coming from the deep south. Weekend right now has the possibility of turning wet on us as the flow comes right out of the Gulf of Mexico, so tropical moisture is going to be funneled out ahead of a cold front that will be kind of slowing down as it gets into the Ohio Valley. That will mean the potential is there for some rounds of showers and thunderstorms. What you're looking at here is just that big increase in humidity. And track the streamlines. Where are they coming from? The Gulf all the way into the bluegrass state. So as we get into that weekend, rain chances are going to begin to ramp up, and I think shower and thunderstorms will become likely late Friday. High school football fans will keep an eye on that. More importantly, Saturday into Sunday right now have the possibility of putting down some decent rains into much of central and eastern Kentucky. Between now and then, it's a lot of summertime. Let's check on traffic. Here's Officer Don.
A couple of things happening right now, including a collision on Hillendale at Southview Drive. Now, no one's hurt in that wreck. It is blocking part of Hillendale before Southview at the moment, but not going to be a major impact this afternoon. Drive times are doing okay to Nicholasville, still averaging less than 15 minutes. No major issues to Versailles, 11 minutes or so. And the interstate looks good. Now back to you in the studio.
Officer Don, thank you. As Chris just mentioned, the feel of fall was in the air this morning with some chilly temperatures, but things have warmed up nicely to check out some fall fun. Deanne Stevens is out and about today. She joins us now from Bywater Farm for their Autumn Fest adventures. Deanne is out.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are doing a little zip lining here at Bywater Farm. It's a good thing I got short legs. Steve Pfister is with us, and what a fun place to be on a beautiful fall day.
It is. It's a beautiful fall day. You can't ask for better weather than this.
I'm telling you, and you just hope that it stays this way because you guys are now open for Autumn Fest, huge event that you do every year.
Exactly right. It runs now all the way till October the 31st, 7 days a week.
Now, when you talk about some fun on the farm, this place is the place to be this fall because as soon as you walk in, you've got your petting zoo, all kinds of animals for folks to see.
Right. So, yeah, we have all kinds of animals. We have goats, and we got pigs, and we got chickens, and we got, there's all kinds of animals that kids love to see and pet, and little baby goats. So, yeah, they all love all that.
I love the goats. We were watching them a little bit ago, and they love to show off on that ramp.
Oh, they do. They put on a show for you. There's no doubt about that.
Do they do any kind of tricks?
No, we haven't trained them for that.
We're going to work on that. All right, bring the kiddos out to Bywater Farm because they've got all kinds of different activities too. Tell us what's all behind us here because this is more for the little ones.
This is area for the little ones. This is a little cowboy corral, and they got a slide over there. And right over there we have a little bitty corn maze for the little ones that they won't get lost in. So that is really awesome.
You hope they don't, because let me tell you something. I was here last year, and I may or may not have gotten lost in the big corn maze.
Right. Now our big corn maze is something special this year. It's sponsored by Culver's, and Culver's is a great farm that has a great restaurant that has been supporting farmers for years. They've given over $1 million to FFA organizations trying to promote the American farmers. So we've teamed up with them. Everybody through here gets a coupon from Culver's when they go through the corn maze.
Do they have to make it out, I guess, to get it?
Well, to cash it in, they do. They got to come out.
Listen, sometimes you have to cut through the corn, trust me. All right, hop on because we're going to take off. Things have taken off here at Bywater Farm. Autumn Fest just kicked off, and you have until October 31st to check it out. What, 1 mile past the courthouse in Georgetown?
Yeah, just 1 mile north of the courthouse on US 25.
Coming up at 4:50, we're taking you to the way back of the farm where all kinds of new activities have been put in for Autumn Fest. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Are you ready to take off?
I think so.
We're racing. We're racing into fall here for Autumn Fest. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Deanne. A study finds many parents are making mistakes when it comes to giving medicine to children. We'll show you how coming up in Better Living. And a caution for youngsters heading onto the soccer field. Tomorrow's Mega Millions jackpot is $122 million, and Wednesday's Powerball jackpot is $222 million. It is time now for Better Living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. A new study says parents aren't giving their children medicine the right way. A new study in the journal Pediatrics suggests 85% of parents are making errors when giving liquid medicine to children. Researchers found most errors involved overdosing and that dosing cups are linked to more errors compared to oral syringes. They say using regular kitchen spoons also contributes to mistakes. Nationwide, Children's Hospital reports a dramatic rise in soccer-related injuries among children 7 to 17. Researchers found about 300 children are treated every day in the ER. They looked at 25 years worth of data and found sprains, strains, and fractures were the most common injuries, and that the rate of concussions significantly increased. Doctors advise women who have had gastric bypass surgery to wait 18 months before trying to become pregnant. New data indicates women who've had the weight loss surgery are prone to nutrient deficiencies and risk giving birth to small babies. For years, medical professionals have known the benefits of breastfeeding. It can help strengthen a baby's immune system and protects against several childhood diseases, including childhood leukemia, type 2 diabetes, even sudden infant death syndrome. Now, a couple of studies out of Europe have added to the list. Kim Hutcherson reports.
Two new studies out of Europe offer more proof that breastfeeding benefits both mother and baby. The first study indicates that babies who are genetically predisposed to developing asthma are less likely to do so if they're breastfed. Researchers looked at genes associated with asthma risk. They found that infants who carried this genotype had a 27% lower chance of developing respiratory symptoms if they were breastfed. For babies with the genotype who are not breastfed, there was a trend toward increased risk of respiratory symptoms. The study was presented at the European Respiratory Society's International Congress. The second study showed that breast cancer survivors who breastfeed their infants have a better chance of long-term survival. Researchers examined data related to cancer survival rates and lifetime breastfeeding history. They found that women who breastfed their babies for at least 6 months had better survival rates 20 years after undergoing surgery for primary breast cancer. You can read the study for yourself in the official journal of the Academy of Breastfeeding Medicine. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
We want to head over to Chris now for another check of your weather. And Chris, it is beautiful out there, but summer is just hanging around for us, isn't it?
Summer just doesn't want to go quietly into the night, but at least we have good-looking weather that is out there this afternoon. Coming off the heels of that half-and-half weekend, had those big storms around on Saturday afternoon and evening, leaving us with a good Sunday, and this Monday looking equally as nice. Check out this shot from down into southeastern Kentucky, and it won't be too long that a lot of those leaves will be really showing off with some of the beautiful fall colors there into southeastern Kentucky. Lexington Skycam looking equally as nice. Not a cloud in the sky showing up on the cams that I'm looking at into much of the area. So all things are equal in terms of the weather across the entire state. Beautiful skies. That'll roll on for your evening. Nothing to worry about, though, when I come back just ahead on WKYT News at 4:30. We'll talk about the possibility of some rain creeping into the picture. 7-day forecast just ahead on WKYT News at 4:30, and it starts now.